students, in this video we will learn the concept called buoyancy or upthrust. The definition of buoyancy is the upward force offered by the fluid on the object is called buoyancy, or it is also known as upthrust. Consider a container here and the water is filled in the container. When you immerse an object, the object experiences upward force. This arrow mark shows that it is upward force. This upward force is called as buoyancy. The SI unit of buoyancy is Newton, because it is also a force, but upward force, no, so that is called as Newton. The SI unit is Newton. And buoyancy depends on two factors, density and area. So first one, buoyancy is directly proportional to density of the fluid. Means when you increase the density of the fluid, the buoyancy increases. It is directly proportional. Then second one, buoyancy is also directly proportional to area of the object. If you increase the object's area, then also buoyancy increases. For example, the egg sinks in tap water, but it floats in salt water. Why? Because salt water has more density than the tap water. So we have increased the density of the salt water, so it applies more buoyancy. That is why the egg floats in salt water and sinks in tap water. Then second example, a big ship floats but a small iron nail sinks. Why? Because here second condition, when you increase the area, buoyancy increases. So when the ship has large area than the iron nail, so when the area is more, the buoyancy is also more. So when buoyancy is more, the ship floats and the iron nail sinks. This one we will see with the experiment. We will do the experiment, then we will conclude it. To prove the buoyancy experiment, I have taken two glass vessels here. Here first one, the normal tap water is taken and the egg is immersed in the water. The egg sinks. Why the egg sinks? Because you can say that egg density is more than water density. And now I place the same egg here in the salt water. This is the vessel which has salt water. So in salt water, the egg floats. So it doesn't mean that in tap water the egg density was more. Now the egg density become less. No, there is no change in the egg density. Egg density is same. But the thing is water density. First tap water, the water density was less. And when we add salt to the water, that is salt water density is more. When salt water density becomes more, the upward force here, the upward force will become more. This upward force is called buoyancy. So you have to answer this question in terms of buoyancy. In tap water, the egg sinks. Why? Because buoyancy on the egg is less. And in salt water, the egg floats. Why? Because salt water has more density, so salt water applies more buoyancy on the egg. So when more buoyancy is applied, the egg floats. So from this experiment we can say that buoyancy depends on the density of the fluid. Next, to prove that buoyancy depends on the area, I have taken a spoon and a plate and water here. First, when we immerse the spoon sinks. Why? Because spoon area is less. And when we leave the plate floats because the plate area is more. So whenever area is more, the buoyancy will be more. We cannot say here spoon density is more, plate density is less. It is not dependent on the density. It depends on the area. Actually spoon and plate both are made up of steel and both have the same density. Even though density is same, one object sinks, that is spoon sinks, and the plate floats. Why it is? Because the area, when the area is more, buoyancy is also more. From this experiment we can say that a big ship floats. Why the big ship floats? Because ship has more area, so buoyancy will be more on the ship, and a small iron nail sinks. So finally we can conclude that whenever the density of the fluid is more, the object floats because it experiences more buoyancy. So buoyancy depends on density, and whenever the area of the object is more, it floats because it experiences more buoyancy. So buoyancy depends on density as well as buoyancy depends on area.